Hi friends, I'm going to go through the early season meta for Apex Legends Season 15 in today's video. There are 3 parts to the meta that I'll cover: weapon meta, legend meta, and ranked meta. Ultimately, this can help you know how to adjust your game to win more. Let's start with the weapon meta. Of course, this varies per your individual preference, but if we look at it across the board in terms of the most popular guns, you'll see there's a strong mid and close range meta for weapons. From a mid-range perspective, the G7 Scout is particularly popular early this season. Everyone seems to be using it, even the pros in the tournaments. Certainly in the last 2 to 3 pro tournaments, almost every team was rocking at least one G7 Scout. The R301 is also meta as always, but the Anvil rounds have given it another edge to make it even more meta at mid-range. There's also a close range meta to go with this, and that's why I'm seeing the Volt and Car used quite heavily, as well as the Mastiff now that it's out of the care package. The new Broken Moon map has a split between mid-range gunplay, and that's why the G7 Scout and weapons like the R301 are so popular, especially due to the holdable positions and verticality on Broken Moon. But there's also an up-close meta thanks to the zip rails, which lead to faster gameplay and more up-close fights, hence why the Volt, Car and Mastiff are so popular and make up the weapon meta. The RE45 is the ultimate meta out of the care package this season though. It absolutely shreds after the insane care package bust it's had, so definitely pick up the RE45 if you see it. You'll more than likely clutch more wins than with any other weapon. So that's the weapon meta. Let's look at the legend meta. The meta comp at the moment is Seer, Horizon, and then the third pick is kind of variable. Could be Loba, could be Catalyst, could be another defensive legend, could even be Valk. Seer and Horizon are the 2 meta picks at the moment though. Somehow, Seer's still very strong. Again, looking at the pro teams, you see pretty much every team has a Seer, and if you go into the higher lobbies, a lot of the team comps have a Seer. Bloodhound is a strong alternative, although slightly less so with Catalyst, and given the structure and layout of the new map, Seer just has that little edge. Horizon is the other meta pick, and again a lot of pro teams have a Horizon. This is mainly due to the verticality on the new map, along with more people mastering her movement abilities. Let's also not forget that both Horizon and Seer have a lot of team utility with their abilities, and they're even stronger when you combine them together, and that's why these 2 make up the legend meta. For the third pick, there isn't really a clear choice in the meta at the moment. There seems to be a lot of variety. Loba works quite well, particularly on the new map, because loot is quite thinly spread out on Broken Moon, and obviously Loba helps with that. Catalyst being the new legend is also quite popular, although not too many pros are using her in their comps yet. I've even seen Fuse being used a bit, as well as Newcastle and Valkyrie. So the third pick is definitely more variable in the meta at the moment. So that's the legend meta. Let's move on to the ranked meta. Understanding this ranked meta is very important for those of you wanting to rank up this season. Split 1 of ranked is on the new map, and there seems to be a clear split in the meta for ranked between the early game and the late game. If you imagine a combination of World's Edge, Olympus and Stormpoint and think about how that meta would play out, that's kind of what you've got with Broken Moon. You'll find due to the POIs being much bigger on Broken Moon, you do constantly have 1 or more teams landing with you, and you'll likely find you have a little bit more time to loot up at the start compared to many other maps, but you will have to take that fight in the same POI. You might also find you get third-partied very quickly on Broken Moon, and that's because it can be quite a fast map due to the zip rail system, which allows teams to get around the map quite quickly. And I'm certainly seeing a lot more early fights on Broken Moon compared to many other maps. The thing with this is that a lot of teams can get wiped out quite quickly, and that means you then have a quiet period on your rotation between your first POI and the next POIs you're moving through. This can make it harder to find other teams, kind of like it is on Stormpoint, which isn't so bad if you're playing a slow game, but if you're looking to try and take lots of fights and get lots of RP so you can rank up quickly, you might find that a bit of an issue on Broken Moon. Having said that, the zip rail system can be a great tool if you're trying to push loads of POIs very quickly, and I think Broken Moon might be one of the fastest maps that you can travel across, so be prepared for that when you jump into ranked. I would say Broken Moon is quite good if you're looking to play slow and not take any fights to the end, but it's also good if you want to take early fights, because I am seeing a lot of early fights in the ranked meta. So that's pretty much the meta that I've seen so far in the community for Apex Legends Season 15. How are you finding Season 15 so far? Are you enjoying it? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.